I am Les Collinsworth, and this is Chef Prepper's Getting Ready channel. And the topic of today's video is the record high prices of beef and trying to find a budget-friendly, long-term storage capable, suitable alternative. And to do that, we're going to break down the numbers between chicken and beef per can, per dollar, and per $100. To find out if canned chicken is a budget-friendly alternative to beef for long-term storage in your prepper pantry. And for those of you who prefer roast beef rather than beef, we'll do the same comparison with a very popular brand of roast beef. Compare that to Great Value's canned chicken. And before we dive into the comparisons, whether you choose beef, roast beef, or chicken, it will still be very important to properly store any and all of those. And in order to help you get the longest shelf life possible for your canned meats and all your other canned foods, I put together this PDF. It's free to download, and you'll find the link to that down in the description box. Now let's dive into the numbers for the chicken versus the beef. Our Keystone canned meats are both 28-ounce cans. The beef is $12.18 per can. The chicken, $7.92 per can. Both have a very clean ingredient list, just the meat and sea salt. Calories, fats, and most important of all, protein content. We're going to break these down to the amounts per can, per dollar, and to make it all come alive for us, per $100. When we compare the two from the perspective of one can, the beef has a few more calories, the chicken a few more grams of protein. The difference in the macronutrients, the beef has a little over 3 times as much fat in it. Now, consider the beef is quite a bit more expensive per can. Now let's consider how the beef and chicken compare per dollar. The chicken is starting to look much better in comparison, isn't it? More calories, half as many grams of fat, if the fat is important to you. But look at the protein. More than half as much, again, per dollar as the beef, and more than half as much again in total amount of weight as the beef. Now let's move on to $100 to see how this $1 comparison gets magnified. When we compare $100 instead of $1, that's 12 cans of chicken versus 8 cans of beef, with a little money left over no matter which one you buy. The calories, chicken approximately 25% more calories, about 2/3 less grams of fat, about 1/3 more protein, and more than 50% more weight of the meat. The chicken's looking really good in the $100 comparison. Of course, we're only looking at things from a financial point of view. Your favorite type of meat still matters, taste still matters, and your favorite recipes still matter. We're gathering information to help you make a decision in regard to the price and your choice of canned meats. And now let's dive into the numbers of Great Value's roast beef and Great Value's canned chicken. One thing before we dive into those numbers, this video is not about promoting Keystone or Great Value. We're using these two brands simply because they're very popular brands, and most everyone watching this video is familiar with both brands. But if you decide to take this information further with your favorite brands, I do believe you're going to find that the ratio of the prices, the amounts you get, are going to hold true whatever the brand is. The canned roast beef is $3.94 for a 12-ounce can. The chicken is $2.62 for a 12.5-ounce can. The ingredient lists are not as clean as the premium Keystone meats. Here are the macronutrients. We'll break these down per can, per dollar, and per $100. When considering only the macronutrients from the nutrition label, the beef appears to be far superior to the chicken. However, let's not forget prices. Let's see how everything plays out per dollar and then per $100 to see how this compares on a realistic scale. There's not a lot of difference in the calories, fat, and protein content, but there is 50% more chicken than beef. Remember, that's per dollar, not per can. When we extend the $1 out to $100, we can see some major differences. 38 cans of chicken, 25 cans of beef. A few more calories for the beef, a little less fat for the chicken, a little more protein for the chicken. However, There's significantly more pounds of chicken as compared to the beef, which in this case, remember, is roast beef, not just beef. Again, we've only looked at this from a financial perspective. Your favorite type of meat still matters. Your taste preference still matters. Your favorite recipes still matter. We're just trying to find an alternative to beef should it get so expensive we can't afford it. So there you have some information in regard to the high prices of beef and considering chicken as an alternative for your prepper pantry. Remember, if you're going to store canned foods in your prepper pantry for long-term storage, be sure you get the PDF. The link's in the description, and it's free. If roast beef is your choice in canned meats, you'll really want to watch that video to make sure you're getting the best value in canned roast beef. And if canned chicken is your choice in canned meats, you'll want to check that video out to make sure you're getting the best value in canned chicken. Is canned chicken a suitable alternative to canned beef? So if you got any value from this video, I want to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, share the video, and most important to me and the channel is leave a comment. I am still looking at changing the channel name, and I'll let you know definitely in one of the videos next week. And until then, I will see you in the next video.